Every night, your body does something extremely weird. It turns off your consciousness, paralyzes most of your muscles, makes you hallucinate strange little movies, deletes some memories, strengthens others, repairs damage, changes your hormones. And then, if everything goes well, returns you to reality several hours later with pillow marks on your face. We call this sleep, which sounds normal only because everybody does it. But if aliens visited Earth and watched humans at night, they would probably report the dominant species becomes unconscious for 1/3 of its life. During this time, it lies flat, defenseless, and occasionally makes small mouth noises. Very impressive civilization. Let's start with the obvious question. Why do we even sleep? Because sleep seems like a terrible idea. For ancient humans, being unconscious in the dark sounds dangerous. Predators exist. Rival groups exist. Snakes exist. Falling asleep outdoors is basically telling nature, please do not bother me for 8 hours. And yet, almost every animal sleeps in some form. Birds sleep. Dogs sleep. Lizards sleep. Fish have rest states. Even some insects show sleep-like behavior. So sleep must be doing something very important. One thing sleep does is help your brain. During the day, your brain collects information constantly. Sounds, faces, words, problems. Embarrassing moments from 2011. At night, your brain starts sorting. Some memories are strengthened. Some are weakened. Some are connected to older memories. And some are apparently thrown into a dream blender where your math teacher becomes a dragon and your house has 17 bathrooms. Sleep helps learning and memory. That is why pulling an all-nighter before a test is often a bad strategy. Your brain needs sleep to organize what you studied. Without sleep, it is like downloading a huge file and then unplugging the computer because you are being productive. Good luck opening that file tomorrow. Sleep also helps clean your brain. During deep sleep, the brain's waste-clearing system becomes more active. Fluid moves through brain tissue and helps remove waste products that build up during the day, which means your brain has a night cleaning crew. All day, your brain is running the office. At night, tiny janitors arrive with invisible mops. Excuse us, we need to remove the mental dust. This does not mean sleep magically fixes everything, but it does mean that sleep is not wasted time. It is maintenance. Very boring word. Very important job. Now let's talk about dreams. Dreams are one of the strangest parts of sleep. Every night, your brain creates entire experiences. People, places, stories, fear, joy, confusion, and while you are dreaming, it often feels real. You can dream that you are late for school, even if you have not been in school for years. You can dream your teeth are falling out. You can dream you are being chased by something, but somehow you are running at the speed of a tired spoon. Why do dreams happen? Scientists do not have one final answer. Dreams may help process emotions, simulate threats, organize memories, or simply be the brain trying to make sense of random activity during sleep. In other words, your brain may be doing serious emotional filing, or it may be making nonsense cinema because the night shift got bored. Both are possible. Some dreams are so strange that if a friend told you the plot, you would say, that is not a story. That is a medical symptom. But inside the dream, your brain accepts everything. You are at work, but work is underwater. Your boss is a penguin. You forgot your shoes. Also, you have to take an exam in a language that does not exist. And Dream U says, yes, this seems like my responsibility. Now, during many dreams, especially REM sleep, your body does something very useful. It stops you from acting them out. Most of your voluntary muscles become temporarily paralyzed. This is called muscle atonia, which is good, because if your body moved with your dreams, bedrooms would become disaster zones. You dream you are fighting a monster. Your real body punches a lamp. You dream you are running. Your real body kicks the wall. You dream you are flying. Your real body attempts a dramatic launch from the bed. So your brain wisely locks the controls. The dream is allowed to continue. The body must stay in the parking lot. But sometimes the system gets weird. Sleep paralysis can happen when your mind wakes up before your body fully unlocks. You are conscious. You may feel unable to move. Some people also sense a presence or see frightening hallucinations. This can be terrifying, but it is often connected to the normal REM paralysis system overlapping with wakefulness. Basically, your brain opens the eyes before it returns the keys to the muscles. Horrible experience. Understandable mechanism. Then there is sleepwalking. Sleepwalking usually happens during deep, non-REM sleep. A person may get up, walk around, open doors, move objects, or do strange things while not fully awake. The brain is partly active and partly asleep, which is not a comforting sentence. Sleepwalking is like your body saying, I can handle this without management. No, body, you cannot. Go back to bed. Sleep also controls your body's schedule through circadian rhythms. Your circadian rhythm is your internal clock. It helps decide when you feel sleepy and when you feel awake. Light is one of the biggest signals. Morning light tells your body, start the day. Darkness tells your body, prepare for sleep. Then, modern life arrived with bright screens, late-night videos, artificial lights, and the ability to watch one more episode until your soul leaves your body. Your ancient sleep system was designed for sunrise and sunset. Now it has to deal with LED lamps and someone scrolling at 1:47 a.m. whispering, just 5 more minutes. Your brain is not fooled. Actually, sometimes it is fooled. That is the problem. Sleep affects your whole body, not just your brain. It helps regulate hormones. It supports the immune system. It affects appetite. It affects mood. It affects reaction time. After poor sleep, people often feel hungrier, more emotional, less focused, and slower, which explains why after a bad night, a minor inconvenience can feel like a personal attack from the universe. You drop a spoon and suddenly think, this is how my life ends. No, you are just tired. Sleep is also when your body repairs tissues, supports growth, and balances many internal systems. Children need a lot of sleep, partly because their bodies and brains are developing quickly. Teenagers also need a lot of sleep, though society often responds by making school start at an hour that feels illegal. Adults need sleep too, even if many adults treat it like an optional software update. I'll install rest later. Then the system crashes. Now, one of the weirdest facts. You spend about a third of your life asleep. If you live to be 90, that is about 30 years spent unconscious. 30 years. That sounds alarming, but those years are not wasted. They are part of what makes the waking years work. Without sleep, humans break down fast. After enough sleep loss, attention collapses. Memory suffers. Mood becomes unstable. The immune system weakens. Reaction time gets worse. And in extreme cases, sleep deprivation can cause hallucinations and serious health problems. So yes, sleep looks passive, but inside, your body is busy. The brain is sorting. The cleaning crew is working. The immune system is checking systems. Hormones are adjusting. Memories are being edited. Dreams are being produced by the strangest film studio in existence. And your muscles are locked, so you do not accidentally roundhouse kick your furniture. Sleep is not your body doing nothing. Sleep is your body saying, please step away from consciousness. We need to perform maintenance. And maybe that is the weirdest part. Every day, you are this thinking, talking, walking person. You make plans. You answer messages. You worry about the future. You pretend to know what you are doing. Then night comes, and your body simply takes the controls away. It powers you down, runs repairs, shows you a confusing movie, and reboots you in the morning. Sometimes refreshed, sometimes angry at the alarm, but alive. So the next time you go to bed, remember, you are not being lazy. You are entering a temporary biological shutdown mode. Your brain will clean itself, sort memories, paralyze your muscles, invent a dream where your dentist is also your cousin, and quietly prepare you to survive another day. Sleep is strange. Sleep is mysterious. Sleep is mandatory. And honestly, for something that makes us unconscious for a third of our lives, it is doing a surprisingly good job.